unless you search for God, my friends, more than gold, you won't find God. You think God's not more precious than gold? You think God is not more precious than gold? If there is a God, my friends, it makes gold look pathetically worthless. If there really is a God, my friends, if there really is heaven, hell, if these things are true, my friends, is there anything more precious in the world than to be reconciled to God? Is there anything more worth giving your life for? Is there? Tell me something that beats that, my friends. Tell me something that deserves your servitude more than a holy, eternal union with the living God. There's nothing more precious, my friends. Everything else is vanity. Everything else. But you've got your school teachers, you've got your politicians, yea, even your false prophets telling you, chase after these things. These will make you happy, you know. Go on. You go and meet that 65-year-old couple who've been slaving away just so they can have a little house. Giving their lives so they can have a house. Didn't have any time to seek God because, you know, the most honourable thing is to provide a house for our children. We're all going to go to hell, but we've got a house. We're all going to go to hell. We didn't have time to open our Bible and pray. We didn't have time to sit around the table as a family and call upon the Lord. We didn't have time for that. We've got to pay our bills. We've got to get the house sorted. You know, every Australian story is the same, my friends. You hardly see your parents, they're never home. The government's made sure of it that both mum and dad got to go to work, so you've got to be farmed out like a cow at the age of 3 to some person you don't even know. What an abomination. Where are the fathers and mothers that look after their children? Where are the God-fearing fathers that will fight for the spiritual welfare of their children, that will literally stand up for righteousness, that hate evil? Where are they? We live in a spineless generation of cowards. They feed their children to the witch doctors of this generation. Go into any store, my friends. Go into any store. You'll pretty much hear it, but isn't it amazing? Every single shop in this city, you just tap your foot to some witch doctor telling you some wicked, abominable, filthy, vain thing, and you just love it. You don't, nobody says, turn it off. Nobody. Where is the righteous indignation against wickedness, my friends? Where is it? We live in a spineless generation of cowards that bow their knee to the devil. And the fathers of this generation, woe, do they have a lot to face up to. The fathers of this generation that have not fought for the spiritual welfare of their children, that have not stood up against wickedness. You're to blame more than anyone else. And God will require it of you. God is angry with the wicked every day. God's wrath is upon every wicked father and mother that has not given their lives to bring up their children in the truth and the righteousness of God. All the parents that didn't care, that didn't have time, because you know, there's other things more important, like having a good job, having a good reputation, having a good house, going on holidays, having a big bank account. These things are far more important than the spiritual welfare, the eternal welfare of my child. And you call that love, God calls it hatred. God calls it hatred, my friends. What you call love, what you highly esteem, is an abomination to God.